Let's say we were interested in computing the area and volume of a right circular cylinder. So here's a sketch of a right circular cylinder. What I mean by it, it's um, the shape of the main body of your pen. And so in order to do that, we're going to need the radius of the circular area on the top, which is the same as the circular area on the bottom. Typically, it's harder to measure radius, easier to measure diameter, and so what we'll do in our program is we'll get the diameter from the user and then divide it by 2 to compute the radius, and then pi r squared will give the area of the top and the area of the bottom, and the area of the sides now is going to be the circumference 2 pi r l times h. And so the area of the cylinder is going to be the area of the top and the bottom, 2 times pi r squared, plus the area of the side, which is 2 pi r h. And then the volume is actually somewhat easier to compute. It's simply the area of the top, pi r squared, times the height. Alright, so let me go over to the Python now. And I'm going to do this with functions, just to reinforce this notion of breaking problems up. So I'm going to be using pi in this program quite a bit, so I'm going to import it from the math library, and then I define a function circle area, which takes radius r and returns circle area. Very simple. Simply area is equal to pi r squared and then return area. So I'm using return statements here quite a bit. The cylinder volume needs 2 inputs. It needs the radius of the cylinder and the height of the cylinder. And so it will first of all calculate the area of the top by using the circle area function, and then the volume is the circle area, which I've reassigned to the variable area, and multiplied it by h, and then I return VOL. And so please notice that CYLVOL, cylinder volume, is using circle area. Circle circumference is very easy. It's just needs one parameter, and it will return 2 pi r. The area of the cylinder is now, remember the picture that I showed you, it's the side area. Well, that's the circumference of the circle times its height, plus 2 times the area of the top and the bottom, and so that's going to be the area. Now, in main, what I do first is print out an introduction. This program computes the volume and total area of a right circular cylinder of diameter d and height h. Then I solicit the units of length that the user is going to be using: centimeters, inches, millimeters, meters, feet, yards, whatever it is. Then I get the diameter, not the radius, but the diameter and the height of the cylinder. With the diameter in hand here, I compute radius by dividing diameter by 2. This statement right here computes the cylinder volume. This cylinder right here computes the cylinder area, top, bottom, and sides. I assign those to VOL and this area function. And then I have 2 print statements, and what I've done is put them on 2 lines because they're getting a little long, and so I'm using a continue backslash here, using the dot format on the second line. So the print statement says, for a cylinder of diameter, so I'm using a format statement. So this formats D, and this formats units, and height, okay, this formats h, and this second formats units, so read units in twice. Then in the next line I say print the volume is, this formats volume, this formats units, and I want those to be cubed because it's the volume, and the area is, okay, this formats area, and this um, right here formats units, and then I want to follow that with square units. And so let's go ahead and run this. Um, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call main. I do need to spell it correctly though. And it's now asking me for the length units that I'm going to be using. So let's say that's centimeters. And let's say I had a cylinder that was 10 centimeters in diameter and 5 centimeters in height. And here's the output. This program computes the volume and total area of a right circular cylinder of diameter d and height h. For a cylinder of diameter 10 centimeters and a height of 5 centimeters, the volume is 392.70 cubic centimeters and the area is 314.16 square centimeters. So make sure you understand how this output is being um, arrived at from the format statements here. So just to remind you, um, this print statement has combined with the format statement, the first one has slots for 0, 1, 2, 3. That would be 4 items. The first item is going to be printed in a width in a field 5 wide, and it's going to print out 2 decimal points of the answer. Okay. This one then would correspond with the second thing being printed, which in this case is units. And the way I get this centimeter cubed here is basically to have this print centimeters out with working with the format statement, and then this here's the to the power of 3. All right, so you might want to stop this and play around with the code a little bit.